Have you ever felt the pang of sadness when a friend is upset, or a surge of joy when someone you love succeeds? That powerful connection, that ability to step into another person's shoes and feel what they're feeling, is called empathy. It's the invisible thread that weaves our social fabric together, fostering understanding, compassion, and harmony. But have you ever wondered what's actually happening inside your brain when you empathize? How does a simple glance at someone's face allow you to understand their entire emotional world? Today, we're going on a fascinating journey deep into the mind to uncover the neuroscience and psychology of empathy. We'll explore the amazing brain cells that mirror others' actions, the specific regions that light up with emotion, and how our own vision plays a crucial role in this process. By the end, you'll not only understand empathy on a whole new level, but you'll also learn how you can actively train your brain to become even more empathetic. Let's start with one of the most incredible discoveries in modern neuroscience: mirror neurons. Imagine you're watching a friend pick up a cup of coffee. As you watch, a specific set of neurons in your brain fires up. Now, here's the amazing part. Those are the very same neurons that would fire if you were the one picking up the coffee. These are your mirror neurons. Discovered in the 1990s, scientists believe these brain cells form the fundamental basis for our ability to understand the actions, intentions, and even the feelings of others. They essentially create a simulation of another person's experience inside our own minds. When we see someone smile, our mirror neurons related to smiling are activated, helping us instantly grasp the feeling of happiness. When we see someone stumble, our brain mirrors the action, giving us a flicker of their surprise or pain. It's like having a built-in virtual reality system that lets us experience the world from someone else's point of view, creating a direct, almost visceral, bridge between our minds. But mirror neurons don't work alone. Empathy is a complex symphony conducted by several key regions of the brain. Let's meet the main players. First, there's the insula. Tucked away deep inside the brain, the insula acts as our internal emotional barometer. It's responsible for processing our own bodily states, our heartbeat, our gut feelings, that lump in our throat. When we empathize, the insula helps us feel a version of the other person's physical sensations. If you see someone who is anxious, your insula might trigger a slight quickening of your own pulse, allowing you to literally feel their unease. Next up is the amygdala, a pair of small almond-shaped structures that are the brain's emotion detectors. The amygdala is incredibly fast at recognizing emotional cues, especially in facial expressions. It's our early warning system for emotions like fear and joy, helping us quickly assess the emotional state of a person. Finally, we have the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive hub located right behind your forehead. This region is crucial for a more advanced form of empathy. It helps us regulate our own emotional responses, so we don't get completely overwhelmed by another's feelings. It also allows us to take their perspective, to think about why they might be feeling a certain way based on their situation and beliefs. Together, these regions, the mirror neurons, the insula, the amygdala, and the prefrontal cortex, work in concert, transforming simple observation into profound emotional understanding. Now that we've looked at the hardware, let's explore the software, the psychology of empathy. Psychologists often distinguish between two main types. The first is affective empathy, also known as emotional empathy. This is the gut-level automatic response we just discussed. It's when you feel your friend's sadness or share in their excitement. It's the direct sharing of an emotional state, driven heavily by our mirror neuron system and limbic brain regions like the amygdala and insula. It's the I feel your pain aspect of empathy. The second type is cognitive empathy. This is more of a conscious, intellectual process. It's the ability to understand another person's perspective, to imagine their thought process, and to see the world from their point of view without necessarily feeling their emotions yourself. This is where the prefrontal cortex really shines. Cognitive empathy is the I understand your pain aspect. Both are vital. Affective empathy connects us on a deep emotional level, while cognitive empathy allows us to offer thoughtful, appropriate support. A surgeon, for example, needs strong cognitive empathy to understand a patient's fears, but must manage their affective empathy to perform a procedure with a steady hand. A truly empathetic person can fluidly move between both, feeling with others while also understanding their unique perspective. So, how does all this information get into the brain in the first place? A huge part of the answer lies in something we could call neurovision. Our eyes are not just passive cameras. They are active data-gathering tools for our social brain. When we look at someone, our visual system is rapidly processing a torrent of nonverbal information. We subconsciously analyze the tiny muscle movements in their face that create a smile or a frown. We register the subtle shifts in their posture, the way they hold their hands, their eye contact, or lack thereof. These visual cues are the raw data that fuel our empathy circuits. The amygdala, for instance, is highly attuned to reading the expressions in someone's eyes. The mirror neuron system activates in response to the body language we observe. Our brain takes this stream of visual input and, in milliseconds, cross-references it with our past experiences and knowledge to build a rich, detailed picture of another person's inner state. This is why face-to-face interaction often feels so much more connecting than a text message. The sheer bandwidth of visual, social information available allows our neurovision to supply the empathy centers of our brain with everything they need to do their incredible work. Here's the most empowering part of this entire story. Your capacity for empathy is not fixed. Thanks to a remarkable property of the brain called neuroplasticity, we can actively strengthen our empathy circuits. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Just like lifting weights strengthens your muscles, practicing empathy strengthens the associated pathways in your brain. So, how can we do this? One of the most powerful techniques is active listening. This means giving someone your full attention, not just waiting for your turn to talk. It involves listening to understand, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting back what you hear to ensure you've got it right. This practice forces your cognitive empathy circuits to work harder. Another highly effective method is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness trains you to pay attention to the present moment without judgment. This enhances your awareness of your own emotions and bodily sensations, which in turn boosts the function of your insula and makes you more attuned to the feelings of others. Finally, make an effort to expose yourself to diverse perspectives. Read books by authors from different backgrounds, watch documentaries about different cultures, or simply strike up conversations with people whose life experiences are different from your own. This broadens your understanding of the human experience and builds your cognitive empathy, making it easier to step outside your own bubble. So, as we've seen, empathy isn't just a vague, sentimental feeling. It's a sophisticated biological and psychological process, a beautiful dance between mirror neurons that simulate brain regions that feel and regulate, and a visual system that deciphers the silent language of emotion. The convergence of neuroscience, neurovision, and psychology creates this fundamental human ability to connect. The most inspiring takeaway is that this ability is not set in stone. Through conscious practice, by listening more deeply, being more mindful, and seeking out new perspectives, we can literally rewire our brains to be more compassionate. By cultivating our empathy, we do more than just improve ourselves. We build stronger relationships, foster more understanding communities, and contribute to a kinder, more connected world. The power to change the world for the better truly begins with the power to understand one another. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the brain. If you found this fascinating, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more journeys into the mind. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.